Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. Yes, another illegal migrant absconds from the police. This comes just after days after Henry Nowak was violently stabbed to death and left to die by the police who handled his case very, very egregiously. And then just a few nights ago, another gentleman in Northern Ireland, in Belfast, was almost beheaded, had his eyeball plucked out, and could potentially already have died. And then we hear of another illegal immigrant who has absconded from his court case where he was going to be convicted for child molestation. This is the information. Urgent search and manhunt launched for convicted child sex offender 21 who abused girls as young as 12 years old. An urgent manhunt has been launched for a convicted sex offender who fled cops while on bail. Predator Shahram Mohammadi, 21, was found guilty of sex trafficking and abusing girls as young as 12, but failed to appear for his trial. Mohammadi had been granted bail after being remanded in custody following the sex offence charges, but the sick friend who was convicted in his absence after failing to appear at Sheffield Crown Court on May 18th. An urgent manhunt was then launched by South Yorkshire Police with officers trawling CCTV and phone records. Mohammadi was found guilty of 2 counts arranging or facilitating travel or another person with a view of exploitation yesterday. Cops believe Mohammadi has links to the West Midlands and that he boarded a train to Birmingham between May 16th and 18th. His last known sightings were around 9 p.m. on the May 18th in Birmingham city centre. Mohammadi is then understood to have travelled by taxi towards the Small Heath Park area. The force has issued an urgent appeal for help following the predator's disappearance. Assistant Chief Constable Haley Barnett said, "Our priority has been and will continue to be the security, full justice for the victims tragically involved. They have shown commendable bravery throughout our full investigation and the complex trial which followed. We are wholly focused on finding Mohammadi and ensuring he faces the consequences of his actions. Officers have been relentlessly pursuing all lines of inquiries. We are keeping an open mind of his whereabouts. We believe he is still in the country, but if he is found abroad, we will seek the government's help in doing everything we can to extradite him. We will not stop until we find him, and we will ensure these young girls get the justice they deserve." So this is just another illegal immigrant and another example of the rape of our women and young girls. This needs to stop. The Labour government hasn't got a clue. On GB News last night, a Labour peer was asked, did he know who Rhiannon White was? And he answered with an emphatic no. How could a Labour peer who sits in the back benches or in the front benches in Parliament not know who Rhiannon White was? And in case you don't know who Rhiannon White was a young girl who had the misfortune of working in a migrant hotel where illegal immigrants were housed. And she served a gentleman who later stabbed her in the head more than 11 times and killed her. And these incidents need to stop. We need to shut the borders down. Not yesterday, not today, now, in the present second, before any more illegal immigrants can come in and do this to our women, girls, and also other individuals like Henry Nowak and this gentleman who was almost beheaded yesterday in Belfast. My prayers go out to the families of the victims. And let's put a stop to this in the UK before it all blows out of proportion and the whole of the UK revolts, because that's what it's coming to. We voted against mass migration and we got the Boris wave. We voted to close our borders and they opened them wide. We asked for the safety of our women and girls, and we put illegals in hotels in local cities and around the country. There needs to be something done to get these illegal immigrants back to where they belong. We need to do exactly what Trump did and list about 19 countries where we will not take their people in because of the rape that goes on in their home nations. And that's the last thing that we want to import here. Yes, it's nice to have a chicken tikka masala as far as Piers Morgan's concerned. But if that comes with the rape of our girls, I would rather do without. Thank you very much. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.